La, la, la.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our podcast, The Dark Price of the Spotlight. Music
edition. Music.
Music Industry Edition. Don't listen to this.
Do not listen.
Well, hello everyone. I'm so excited. My name is Tatiana Liary. I'm a Latin artist. Everything that I've done, you can look it up in TatianaLiary.com. I have my own merch. Very excited to be here today. And next to me, I have the legend. It's still not Illa Noize yet. Judah Crombie.
Yeah, there's the clap.
I was doubting that I knew where it
was. Make it clap. Oh, thanks for having me. Again, giant music lover. Try to be producer from time to time, making little beats here and there and whatnot. But I'm so happy to be here as usual. We got Illa the Killa.
Illa the Killa in the house.
I thought you were going to be over here with me this time. I thought we were going to be side by side.
Eventually. Yeah, we got that coming up soon.
He said he didn't have a good haircut yet, so
I see the makeup is a little.
Yeah, it's a little off, you know.
That's okay. Next time.
Yeah.
All right, Illa, introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name is Illa Noize. I'm a music producer, songwriter with my own studio. My credits are Netflix, Hulu, and much more.
Plus that most recent one that you just got.
Yes, that was on MTV, Teen Mom.
Boom.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got another one coming up soon, but
Can't say yet.
Can't say yet.
All right.
All right. Congrats.
Killing it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. You're far too kind.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, today we have a crazy show. We're going to talk about a lot of things, a lot of trending topics. But the first topic is about ghostwriting and ghost producing. A lot of people don't know what this is. So what it means is basically ghostwriting and ghost producing is basically writing or producing for someone else. And that someone else takes the credit for writing or producing the material. And they can do this by having a business arrangement with the other person, by receiving royalty payments at the end, later on, or for an upfront fee. So it depends, what kind of business arrangement they do together. And an artist accused of this is Drake. So apparently rapper Meek Mill says that Drake uses ghostwriters to help them write his lyrics. And then supposedly in the EDM world, a lot of DJs use ghostwriters, ghost producers. So a lot of EDM DJs do that too, because they're always kind of traveling. And you can be traveling so crazy in different cities and then making music at the same time. It's kind of hard. So a lot of DJs as well are using ghost producers. And then supposedly Tiesto have done that. DJ Khaled is very transparent, saying that he does have a team of beat makers that do that too. So, I also researched that a lot of hip hop artists do that as well. So it's very popular in that sense. So I'm not sure if people knew about this, but what do you think about that, Illa? Have you ever done it, or have someone ever done it for you? Just tell us the truth.
Be honest. Come clean.
No, yeah. I've definitely heard of it. Like you said, big artists and big, producers and DJs do it all the time, I think when someone gets to that level, you do kind of have that extra flexibility because because you've already had success, because your name is attached to it, it's going to be a hit, and so if you have this team, it's going to save you time. And what is time? Time is money, so I think it makes sense, once you kind of are at that level. I don't, some people kind of like, dog them for that, like, I can't believe you're using someone else, these teams of beat makers or whatever. But honestly, they're kind of giving them an opportunity and them a job,
right?
So
but they're not getting the credit, so that's why people they get the money, but they don't get the credit.
But they're providing for their family, for doing something they love, that's something that they're passionate about.
So you would be a ghost producer for somebody big?
Yeah, if the deal is right,
DJ Khaled, we have somebody here for you.
It depends on the numbers. It depends on the numbers. But,
well, I can't picture that. Can you picture that? Drake on all of his albums, every track, and it's like, oh yeah, co-writers, and there's like just different people, and everyone is like, this guy wrote this one, and that wrote. It's like that takes away a lot of credibility, I think.
Correct.
So I think they try to shy away from the whole thing, and I think doesn't Drake deny that he has ghostwriters?
Yeah.
No,
apparently, right?
I thought. Well, I read something that he admitted that he's used them in the past.
Okay.
But I don't think he's like telling everyone that he uses one on every track, or he doesn't go into details. He's just like, I've used some in the past.
Yeah, he definitely has ghostwriters, and he needs to give those guys some credit.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's give those ghosts some credit.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of them. I write for people all the time. I mean,
right. Didn't you write
nobody
for
that you guys have ever heard of.
No?
No, but I've written for plenty of people.
And they give you credit or they don't?
They don't even use it, but
that sounds so
but
bad.
I write for them though. And
Well,
one day.
They're
When we
in a
took
notebook collecting dust in a closet.
Yeah, they're
in
in
the
there.
basement. But
Just writing in a notebook does not count.
True.
Judah.
That's true.
That's just...
Yeah, I think I'm giving up on the whole ghost thing.
Yeah. But now you have it, who... I heard Beyonce too have done it. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's for sure. Because like, there was this big meme. It was a meme that was being shared a while back, where they were comparing music of today with like previous generations, and they were showing like some Bob Dylan lyrics or Marvin Gaye lyrics, where they're just like poetic and deep and very thoughtful. Mm-hmm. And then they're like writers, Marvin Gaye. Just one, him, he wrote it. And then they were like, Beyonce.
There's like 14 of them. I think there was...
Yeah, there was like 14 of them.
I was looking at a Shakira song because I was like learning it for one of the shows and stuff. And I was reading and I'm like, there was like 14 people in one song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what, did everyone just wrote one word?
Line, and it was the same line repeated. They're like, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. And they're like 13 writers.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Like,
it takes away from the
Yeah.
craft, the art, I think.
Exactly.
And it's very prevalent in pop music in general.
yeah.
Yeah, I write my own songs most of the time. Or maybe I have one writer, I think, in Nectar. And then No Me Da La Gana was completely mine. Nectar, it was with a girl from... a songwriter from Nashville. And I think... Yeah, I think that one was from Nashville. But everything else, I think I have wrote
Your
myself.
actual ghost wrote the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we do it to save money too, because those are, you got to think about, you have to split that between everyone that worked on the song.
Yeah.
And that takes away from your royalties,
Well, look at Whitney Houston too. She never wrote a single song.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think she wrote any of her songs at all. Like
Yeah.
she used to
So-
pick them. She used to be like, "Oh, let me hear it. Oh, I love it. I'm gonna sing it."
Well,
but I
we
don't
can
think she
forgive
wrote
her.
them.
She was so good. I mean, like her voice.
She was a performer. She was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
We'll forgive Whitney for that.
And she made all her songs hers
Oh,
because
yeah.
she did so
that
good.
Dolly Parton song, that you guys probably didn't even know was
Yeah.
the original singer "I Will Always Love
Yeah,
You."
well, that was
That was
definitely-
Dolly Parton, and it's like, oh my gosh, Whitney.
She
took
made
that,
it her own.
She
Oh,
made
yeah.
it her own. So like that kind of talent. That's understandable.
Yeah.
Drake, he's pretty understandable. You got a friend that sounds identical to Drake
I do.
with the mannerisms, the way,
I
the
do.
flow style. I mean, oh my gosh.
So if you guys want to hear that or hear him or hear us
that would be a
collabing-
ghost artist.
Oh,
He probably is.
that's true.
Are you guys
Not a
sure
ghost
he's
writer.
not
Yeah,
Drake?
that's
Not
a
a
ghost
ghost
artist.
artist, he's a
That's
ghost artist.
Yeah, he make his vacation.
Yeah.
The vacation for Drake.
You played that to me. I was like, "Are you sure that's not?" He's not just like, like mouthing Drake stuff because it was identical. Everything was the same, which is just a trip.
Yeah.
So you got to do something with that.
For sure.
Well, they say Britney Spears does that too.
I could
Like
see that.
that some other girl sing for her in certain parts and stuff like that for her album because they sound like her. So that could be. I mean, I don't know.
See, I don't like that. That is like where I kind of draw the line. Like, man, just be you. If you're gonna put your name on it, like at least sing it, at least perform it. You may
Right.
not written it or produced it or whatever, but at least
Make
do
it yours. Make it your thing.
Yeah, record
Bring
it yourself.
something. Bring something to the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, it's gonna be Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
all over again.
Well, with AI now that you
yeah.
can
Oh, yeah.
copy someone's voice, they're probably gonna be like, what is the song? Oh yeah, just put it in the recording.
Oh, yeah.
And they're probably not even gonna try, which is crazy to me because I love performing. That's like one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
already I think we touched on AI a few episodes back.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, I mean, a couple that I heard, I did not know they were not the real thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're like, this was AI. I'm like, what? Eminem? It was like an Eminem verse with somebody else. I forget who it was, but it was so spot
yeah.
on. The sound, the what they were rapping about, the style, everything was so spot on. I was like,
Amazing.
there's no way that was AI.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk more AI on another episode. I
Oh
think,
yeah,
coming up.
because everything keeps updating and it's just
Yeah.
Yeah,
everything
it's
gets-
advancing quick.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about Spotify for a second. That's kind of trending out there. So according to musicradar.com, in May 29, the CEO of Spotify said that the cost of creating content is close to zero. Let me say it again.
For Spotify?
The CEO of Spotify said that the cost of creating content is close to zero. Are you serious right now?
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
There's a couple components to that. So first of all, there's the content part. You know, labeling or categorizing music as content. I mean, I guess in a way, I just feel like, you know, and obviously I'm a music producer, I'm a music lover, you know, so I will always like overvalue music, like, but if you really think about it, think of your entire life without any music, you know, movies, shows,
Right.
You know, your drive to work, I mean, just anything, nightclubs, what do you,
Right.
So I just feel like that in itself kind of, it's almost like a diss to music. He's like, oh, the value
Like
of
it's-
creating content.
It's
like
close to zero.
Yeah.
That's not even true in so
Like,
many
no,
different
you-
ways.
And then the close to zero, like, yeah, okay, I get it. There's all this AI and there's computer softwares and stuff like that. But no, music.
The microphone alone is expensive. All the stuff that you
Yes.
use for mixing, mastering. You also have the musicians. Like, it depends what genre.
Yes.
He cannot generalize. Yeah, maybe an EDM song is a lot easier because you just have the DJ and maybe he probably bought the beats. He probably bought samples. He probably spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah,
And
mixing plugins, mastering plugins.
That's what I'm saying. That's expensive.
how about the time? I mean,
the time consumed? Yeah.
you know how many
Yes.
people have taken voice lessons and they've quit their jobs and focused on these careers while they weren't making anything, but they were like
Right.
trying to perfect their craft and
Right.
stuff. Like that is so much time. Time is money. So
Right.
I mean, I think he's just trying to minimize, like, not look so bad. But like, oh hey, what are you guys talking about? You guys
Right.
go and make some beats and some music for like almost nothing. So he's not looking
That is
at
very
it.
offensive.
Very
That's
offensive.
somebody that we need to cancel.
Exactly.
And it's
1,000%.
crazy to me. Like, that's insane. And and a lot of musicians are being so outraged by this. And some of them say, like, our albums did not cost close to zero to create, although you pay a zero for making money off them.
Right.
That's completely true. There's another musician that says the cost of creating content, it's not close to zero. You just want to frame it that way so that you can pay as close to zero for it as possible.
That's exactly
Exactly.
what he's trying to do.
Exactly.
right. So
Because
to
it's-
minimize it, because I'm not paying you nothing, you know? So let me just
Well, this is what I'd like to
that
see.
make me
Number
so
one,
angry.
Spotify. I mean, how much do we got to look at the numbers at some point? Like, how much do they make? You know, yearly, like annually. What's the net
Yeah.
profit that he makes? And then what percentage of that is music? Because it's probably at least half. I know podcasts are big, but
Yeah.
I'm sure at least half of that is music, and it probably generates Spotify. You know, over $1 billion.
Exactly. And then it's crazy because he keeps making money. So they officially launched a music only subscription in the UK. So the guy keeps making money and more money and more money, but they don't want to pay us. So it's, for me, it's just crazy that he said that. Like, that's just insane.
If
So-
the guy actually was going to pay and actually be fair about it, what he doesn't understand is that would attract even more quality musicians to create better product
Yeah.
for the audience. And ultimately that'll make him more money anyway. But he
Right.
just needs to like start paying properly.
And how
Right.
you make a platform like this and you're not even, I'm just surprised that he makes a whole platform about music and he doesn't even appreciate or he doesn't even know music. That's for me insane to me.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just one of
100%.
those elite people that's just in a really nice position, and he gets to benefit on all the hard work of the musicians, and he'll keep it going, you know.
He started from the bottom. That like he wasn't a big. No, he actually, there is a documentary about Spotify, how he started, and he really tried to make it work. Like he hustled
and
to
he
have
actually
that.
was a music lover.
Well, then he out of everybody should like really know
Right.
what he's saying is just not true.
Like, how
Did
do you
money change him?
Correct. Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody's telling him, you got to keep this going. You got to just like, this is what you got to say.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. That way you keep the gravy train coming in.
So
Yeah,
according
could
to
be.
Billboard, Spotify reported 3.9 billion in the first quarter revenue.
That's how much they made in the first quarter?
In the first quarter?
A year ago.
A year
Yeah,
ago.
so it's
first
probably
quarter,
even more now.
So
Yeah,
that's
'cause-
just a quarter. That's not even the full year.
That's a quarter.
2 billion, so it's like 3 times 4 is 12. So it's like $13 billion a year they're
That's
generating.
crazy.
Jeez.
So
And he's paying how much per stream?
I don't even.
it was something really, really insulting, and I'm sure
and if you want to go back to that, we made a whole podcast
Yeah, it was like
episode
something
on
on-
that.
it was
so
like
you can go
pennies-
back.
pennies on the dollar.
It's crazy. I try not to
Yeah.
remember it because it just drives me crazy and it makes me
Same.
so angry that I just can't even keep going.
Yeah.
But in other news, also Lady Gaga says she's gonna come out with new music. And
Okay.
she said it's nothing like anything. It's nothing like anything I have ever made. My gosh, I can talk today. I got
Okay.
so mad with Spotify. Yeah, so she said that she's gonna come out with new music, and it's nothing like she had ever
she's
done
like,
before.
this is going to be extra evil.
And she said, "Well, this is so crazy." She said it's gonna be hell.
Oh, okay. So I was pretty.
Oh,
I was
no,
actually
really?
pretty
Yeah.
accurate.
So she said it's going to be hell. So I wonder,
Oh,
do you think she's
no.
gonna come out? Well, I don't want to say that she's gonna start doing crazy stuff like she used to, because she was a little cuckoo when she started.
If I was
but
a
loved
betting
her.
man, I would bet that she is gonna incorporate some sort of
Demonic stuff.
demonic, evil, demon.
You think so?
Satanic,
Ooh, so
anything of
edgy.
that.
You
So
know what
edgy.
I thought of? Because I was reading what people were saying. That like, what if she comes out with heavy metal music?
She'll
that's
get
what
booed off the stage.
You think so?
Heavy metal is just not popular
That-
right now.
Yeah, and that transition from pop to that,
So what
I mean,
do you
that's
think
a
it
big
is? Music that she's never done before.
No,
You don't think it's gonna be pop?
I still think it's gonna be pop. Hell.
Yeah,
She's gonna make a country album. That's what it'll be, and that's why she's calling it hell. Because like it's gonna sound so bad. People are gonna be like, "Oh, turn that off." It's like I'm in hell.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that, but
I
that's
think-
what she
I think-
said.
okay, here's my
nothing that
guess.
she ever done before. So pop cannot be because she's done pop before.
No, but
and then she did the.
no, but it could be the same genre, but just different.
That's true.
Kind of styles, different takes, different chord progressions, all that.
Yeah,
I
nothing
think,
like anything that I ever made.
I think it's either
Huh.
gonna be pop or like maybe even like cinematic.
That would be cool.
I think that would be cool.
She has an amazing voice for
Yeah.
that. I love
Oh yeah,
her.
she's coming
I-
out in
I
that
don't
new
see
movie
her-
too.
Which movie?
It looks like a really like it's gonna be a big movie, like one of those big budget movies, and the
She's an
Joker.
amazing
She's coming out
actress.
with the
She
Joker
did.
with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's just
That's
an
a good
amazing
one.
actress, man, and
She is,
and
yeah.
singer too.
And Shallow.
She
Yeah,
is super
killed that.
talented. Like I can recognize the talent when she says I'm going to do something like never's been made before, and
Yeah,
it's going to
or-
be hell. So like if you look back on her previous work, a lot of it was very like edgy, right?
Right.
But she did have
Very
a song.
controversial.
Well, she had that song called Judas, right?
Right.
And it was like a very. It's supposed to be like a blasphemous kind of song. It was really bad. So if that's what her previous work was, and that wasn't hell, what's this new thing going to be? So she's going to be probably pushing the envelope on what she's talking
no,
about.
I don't want
She's
that.
going to be, you know,
I love her. Don't
it's
do
probably
that to me, please.
It's going to
Yeah,
be more
come on, Lady Gaga.
That's what I'm predicting. It's going to be more anti, like Christian stuff, like really rising up against the-
Anti-morals.
yeah, screw the church.
We
those
definitely
bigots.
need more of that.
And so, but I'm hoping that I'm wrong.
I hope I'm wrong
that
too.
it's some new experimental.
Yeah.
Like maybe she's trying different styles.
Maybe
Lady
something
Gaga,
style,
can you
something
prove
fun.
us wrong?
Yeah, prove us wrong. No
Are
more.
you going to follow the herd and do like everything and everyone else and just do satanic and anti-morals and all that? Or are you actually going to be unique and different?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
That's a good challenge.
Yeah, it's a good challenge. We'll see, because I really love her and I don't want to be disappointed. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Judah, you're up.
All
What's
right.
trending, Judah?
What's trending?
Man, everything's trending right now. There's so many big stories, but
All right.
you know, one of the ones that just like is fascinating or entertaining, whatever you want to call it, to me personally, is like, you know, Eminem's coming out with a new album.
All
Just
right.
came out with that
Yeah.
new track called Houdini,
Mm-hmm.
and the caption said something like, "And now for my last trick," or something along those
Yeah,
lines, like
yeah.
implying that maybe it's his last time. But watching the music video, if you guys have you guys watched
No,
the video?
I
yet?
didn't watch the
actually didn't
video.
even know that
I heard
he
the
had
song.
that song out.
Okay, so it's really catchy. He took that Steve Miller Abracadabra song, you know, Abracadabra, you know that song, and turn it into an Eminem track.
Right.
But he does that a lot, by the way. A lot of his songs are like old throwbacks and stuff. So I think that's cool. And the video was like a throwback to like, you know, old Slim Shady. You know,
I love Slim
You know,
Shady,
Eminem
yeah.
comes out in the beginning of the video and through a portal, and it's like Eminem from 2002.
That's cool.
So this is like
That's
the
cool.
young, like
Extra blonde.
Oh,
You
man.
remember when he was like super
Yeah.
blonde?
I like the concept because Eminem of 2002 or Slim Shady would get canceled.
Oh yeah, all the time.
100%.
And that's what the video was playing off. It's like he comes in to 2024 and he looks around. He's like, "What the blank? What is all this?" And so like I love the concept. Me personally, listen to the lyrics. There was nothing really that crazy offensive at all,
No.
really, to be honest.
That's Eminem.
That's Eminem.
yeah,
and it was
classic
pretty.
Eminem.
It was pretty tame compared to what Eminem used to rap about. He used to say like a lot
I
of-
remember
Yeah.
even like Christina Aguilera got mad at him, and a lot of other artists back in the days were so mad at him. I
Oh, that's
mean,
a good. I'm
But-
glad you brought that up to me because I was going to bring this up to you before we finish this. I want to ask you guys. That'll be the next question. Why does Eminem only go against some of these soft targets like Christina Aguilera and this and that? Like he's capable of going against anybody with any battle. Like lyrically, he could shred, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So I kind of want to like figure out what you guys think that is, but hold that thought.
okay.
I'm gonna read the
new lyrics?
Yeah, the new lyrics. There's a couple here. Supposedly, M is getting canceled. Like
Oh,
I've been
God.
seeing all these videos popping up. Eminem canceled for some
geez.
very offensive language. And I'm like, oh no, what is
Yeah.
These
What are you
people
saying?
were born in the
They're
90s.
so soft.
One of the lyrics in this song that he's getting canceled for, or supposedly has been canceled for.
Oh.
One of them is, my transgender cat's Siamese identifies as black but acts Chinese.
That's actually clever.
Oh, cancel him.
I mean,
People are seriously offended by that.
I just got so triggered by that. I can't believe.
I just think it's funny like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't get offended, but I don't know.
You don't get the.
I don't want to get canceled.
No,
No, I
you're
don't-
thinking, what am I missing? How was that?
Because
that
it,
it was clever.
I think it was trying to be funny because
Yeah.
like people are joking always about like identify as a cat or identify as that. So he
Right.
just made it into
yeah.
like something
It's nothing-
funnier, just
Yeah.
that he used race in it. I don't know what you guys think. Do you
Guys,
think that's offensive?
Yeah. What do you
Well,
think?
first
Why,
of all-
well, I just want to know, why do you think it's offensive? Like, I want to know. Like, I think it was trying to be funny.
And clever. That was
And
super
clever.
clever. Yeah. If
But if
people
you-
out there think this is offensive, not to cut you off, but I just want to pose the same question, double down on that. If anybody in the audience finds that offensive, please share why.
Yeah.
And really give a real explanation. Don't just be
Yeah.
like, that's offensive, cancel. Like, give
Maybe
me a
we
reason.
missed something,
Yeah, maybe we're missing something, but it seemed clever to me.
Yeah, because I mean, a transgender cat, like
like it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Like there's no. It's fiction. So then that, and then the being black and the Chinese. I mean, it's a cat that doesn't exist either. A cat doesn't act like a black person or a Chinese person or a white person or any
Right,
person. It's a
right,
cat.
right.
It'll act like a cat.
I don't think he meant anything
Exactly.
disrespectful.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
he was
saying.
trying to be funny because that's what the topics that we talk about now about transgenders and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. And I think
Yeah.
that's why he was like, oh, I need to get, I need to be clever on my lyrics and do that. So, but that's just personally me.
Yeah.
I can be wrong.
I think this is what happened. There's this movement happening in America right now, and then the transgender thing got taken to some extreme places where you got kids in California that want what are they called, kitty litter boxes put in the bathroom so they could, because they identify as cats, so they can go potty in the kitty litter box. And the schools actually, and this is for real, like you can check into it, and they actually did that because the parents were threatening on suing. So you got kids using kitty litter boxes, right? So he's poking fun at the extreme end of this like identifies whatever you want. So that is not offensive. And then but there is also one more second verse that I want to sing to you guys, or sing. I'm going to sing it to you. Let me sing this to you. And then, tell me what you guys think about this.
Okay.
If I was to ask for Megan Thee Stallion if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat? Okay, so
like a
feature, yeah. A shot at a feat. So
that is pretty clever too.
Well, it's clever because here's the context.
So how is that bad?
Well, first of all, Megan Thee Stallion is a rapper that apparently got shot in the foot by, I don't know if it was her boyfriend or who it was. She got shot in the foot.
Was it a long time ago?
Probably a couple of years ago. I remember it being in the news a couple of years ago. So I don't even think he was trying to be offensive in this anyway. I think it was just a clever play on words.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because he's been very clever, with his lyrics.
Do you find it offensive at all? Are you offended by that?
No. I am not offended. I can maybe see why people can get offended. Not people, maybe her.
Okay, fair.
People, why? People shouldn't get offended by that, right? But maybe her should be like, are you making fun of me getting shot? That thing hurt. That's different.
Fair enough.
But everybody else, I don't get it because, why? You super fan maybe? And that's why you're trying to defend her?
They were saying it was a racist remark. That's what a lot of the people were saying. It was a racist remark.
It
doesn't make sense.
Racism have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I think it was more because she got shot. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, no.
He didn't even use anything like, oh, why you're black, or like, there's not.
No.
Maybe the cap part, but he was trying to be funny. I don't understand.
Yeah, they are reaching.
That's pretty crazy.
So that's another question to the audience.
Yeah.
Both those verses I just rapped. If you're offended at all, share it. Let us know, and then go take your hand and then slap yourself in the face. Because don't do that. We don't support violence.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is that's just ridiculous. There is no reason to be offended by that.
And it's Eminem. Is he new for this
People
new
know
generation? Because he always done that.
Like, do your research before you
I think he was worse.
Get so offended so fast. Yeah, exactly. He was worse back in the day. He kind of toned it down a little bit, but he's still Eminem at the end of the day. What do you expect?
Right.
I
feel like if he didn't, he's not Eminem, and it would be maybe boring. Like, what happened to him? He goes,
Yeah, I think he needs to step it up a little bit more and be a little bit more offensive.
No.
Personally.
Do it.
He'll be more canceled.
Lean into the Dave Chappelle.
Well,
style.
This is something that I kind of respect. Because I don't want to kind of hurt anybody or feel like I'm offending anybody or anything. But it's the same. Everybody's different, right? Everybody have different ways to think. And just like we get offended with maybe a video with Justin Timberlake, because of her video, for us that are believers, maybe that offend us. But there was a lot of people mocking us on social media saying that we were ridiculous. That is art, right? So I can have the same respect about other people finding this offensive.
Plus, we're not trying to cancel them.
Right. I'm not trying to cancel them at all. Of course not. But it was just an opinion that we have. So I can see why people believe that is offensive, just like we believe sometimes that artists are being offensive with things that, demonic that they're doing. So I respect that. But canceling, I think it's too much because everyone have the right to say or think,
That's exactly right. Let people. This is what I want to say, just to add to what you're saying. You have the right, audience, to be offended. But we have the right, not just we, but like just people and artists, or in general, artists have the right to say what they want to say, and you can be offended. But like, can we stop with all the cancel stuff though?
Right.
Like, do we really have to try to go out and ruin people's careers?
Right.
Like,
Because they think different than us.
yeah. There's no two people in the world that are going to share
Right.
every identical belief.
Right.
And it's get to that point where it's like, oh, you didn't agree with me that Skittles are better than M&M's. Canceled. You're canceled. And it's
Right.
like, guys, calm it down, sit back, relax, and you know, if you're offended, cool, you have that right.
Correct.
But I have a right to like Skittles better than M&M's.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I think. Do you have anything else, or I think this is.
No. I mean, there's always more stuff, but
There's always more stuff. We can leave it for next time.
Yeah, we can always leave that for the next episode.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being there for us. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for your support. TikTok is trending. I'm so glad. I hope they don't take it down because they were screwed. Just kidding.
Hey, let's make everything else trend, guys. Come on now. Share it with your friends.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
So please subscribe. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you next time.
Next time.
La, la, la.